If you're feeling behind on your financial journey, you're not alone. Every day we scroll through social media and see a bunch of people talking about their travel plans, their investment, their house down payment, and growing saving accounts. Meanwhile, many of us are silently wondering how they figure it all out. I know that feeling all too well. Just a few years ago, I was just surviving on $34,000 a year in Boston, one of America's most expensive cities. Sky-high rent, costly grocery, and basic necessities basically consumed my entire paycheck. Building savings felt like impossible. But everything changed after I graduated from my master at age 28. I finally got a job in the corporate world, paying over $80,000 a year. The transformation wasn't just about money, but it was about learning the right strategy at the right time. Now, if you are over 25 with zero savings, you might be feeling the knot in your stomach that you're well behind. But I'm here to tell you something important. Your financial story is just beginning. Whether you're making $30,000 or $100,000, I'll show you 7 proven steps to build real wealth starting today. First, let's address something important. You have nothing saved by 25, you're far from alone. This is a very common situation that many young professionals find themselves in, especially given the current economic landscape and rising costs of living in many areas. According to the Bankrate's 2025 Emergency Saving Report, only about 41% of Americans have enough savings to cover a $1,000 emergency, highlighting just how widespread this financial challenge is. While financial experts traditionally suggest having half your annual salary saved by 25 and your full salary by 30, the reality is that most people fall significantly short of these targets. These benchmarks, while well-intentioned, often don't account for real-world challenges like student loan, rising housing costs, and varying career trajectories. Let's look at practical steps to build your financial savings, starting with the most important one. Step number 1, track where your money is going. The journey to building savings starts with understanding your current situation. If your paycheck seems to suddenly disappear before the month ends, it is crucial to identify where that money is actually going. Many of us underestimate how much we actually spend on small daily purchases like coffee, subscriptions, and impulse buys. Getting control over these expenses is your first step toward financial security. Start by reviewing your last 30 days of expenses. Go through your bank statements and credit card transactions and categorize every expense into rent, groceries, entertainment, subscription, transportation, and so on. Once you have categorized everything, look for patterns. Are you spending more than expected on dining out? Are there subscription services you forgot about or barely use? Identifying these areas is the first step toward making meaningful cuts. If you're not a fan of manual tracking, consider using a budgeting tool like Monarch Money or even your bank's built-in expense tracker. You can just create a simple spreadsheet listing your income and expenses, highlight non-essential spending, and set a goal to reduce those costs. Step number 2, cut unnecessary spending. Cutting back on expenses doesn't mean you need to stop enjoying life. It simply means being more intentional about where your money goes. Small daily expenses may not seem like a big deal, but they can add up over time. One of the simplest ways to free up cash is by canceling unused or underused subscriptions. Streaming services, gym membership, and premium apps that you don't use frequently can be quietly draining your money. If you're not actively using something, just cut it out. Another way to reduce spending is by planning your meals ahead of time. Eating out or ordering takeout regularly can cost hundreds of dollars each month. Meal prepping at home can significantly lower your food expenses and prevent those last-minute fast food runs. Also, try the 72-hour rule for impulse purchases. If you see something you really want to buy, wait 72 hours before making a decision. Most of the time, you'll realize that you don't really need it. Step number 3, automate your savings. The easiest way to start saving is to make it automatic. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever is left over, chances are there won't be much. Instead, set up automatic transfer to your savings account as soon as your paycheck arrives. Even starting with just $50 per paycheck can make a huge difference over time. Consider using a high-yield saving account like Ally Markets or SoFi to earn more interest on your savings. Following the the 50-30-20 rule can also help. Basically, allocating 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and investment. If you receive a raise, try to increase your savings contributions instead of increasing your lifestyle expenses. Step number 4, increase your income. If you find yourself struggling to save because your income barely covers your expenses, focusing on increasing your earnings should be a priority. One way to boost your income is by negotiating your salary. Many people go years without asking for a raise, but even a small salary bump can add up significantly over time. Research salary benchmarks for your role and prepare a case to present to your employer. If a raise isn't an option, consider starting a side hustle. Freelancing, tutoring, selling products online, or working a gig job like Uber Eats or DoorDash can help supplement your income. Leveraging AI tools like ChatGPT to assist with writing, research, or automating a business can also be a great way to generate extra cash. Additionally, learning high-income skills like coding, digital marketing, or copywriting can increase your earning potential in the long run. Step number 5, pay off high-interest debt. High-interest debt, especially credit card debt, is one of the biggest obstacles to financial freedom. Carrying balances with 20% or more interest rates can keep you trapped in a cycle of debt, making it super difficult to save and invest. There are two main strategies to tackle debt: the snowball method and the avalanche method. The snowball method basically focuses on paying off the smallest debts first while making minimum payment on the rest. Once a small debt is eliminated, the freed up cash, you can use it to apply to the next smallest debt. This approach provides psychological wins and keeps you motivated. The avalanche method, on the other hand, prioritizes paying off debts with the highest interest rate first. This method saves the most money in interest over time. Both strategies work, so just pick one that best fits your motivation style. If you have multiple high interest debts, consolidating them into a lower interest loan can also help you pay them off faster. Step number 6, start investing even with a small amount. Many people think that investing is only for those with a lot of money, but the truth is that the earlier you start, the better. Thanks to compound interest, even small investment can grow significantly over time. If your job offers a 401k with an employer match, contribute at least enough to get the full match. It is essentially free money anyway. If you don't have access to a 401k, consider opening a Roth IRA or a brokerage account with companies like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. Investing in index funds such as the S&P 500 is a great way to get started without having to pick individual stocks. If you want to invest with small amounts, micro-investing apps like Acorn can basically round up your purchases and automatically invest the spare change. Or you can even use Robinhood. Step number 7 is to shift your money mindset. How you think about money impacts how you handle it. If you believe you will always be broke, you will make choices that keep you there. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, you need to shift your mindset toward financial growth and opportunity. You need to avoid comparing yourself to others. Just because someone is driving a luxury car or living in an expensive apartment doesn't mean they are financially secure. Many people finance their lifestyle with debt. So you gotta focus on your own journey and progress. It is also important to surround yourself with financial knowledge. You can watch personal finance YouTube channels or read books or stay informed about ways to grow your wealth. Being around like-minded individuals who prioritize financial growth can also help keep you motivated. If you're over 25 and have zero saved, don't wait another day to start. Track your spending today, cut unnecessary costs, automate savings, increase your income, and pay off debt, and start investing early. I didn't start my high-paying job until I was 28, but by following this step, I quickly built over 100K in savings and investments. You can do exactly the same thing. The key isn't making drastic changes overnight. It is about taking consistent action. Your future self will thank you. If this video helped, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Financial success starts with small steps taken today. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.